Anyway, so actually, let's watch the Salt Bae video. I actually saw like 2 minutes of this earlier today, and I was super interested. I just didn't get a chance to watch it. I have to admit to all of you, from day one, I thought Salt Bae was absolutely disgusting. Like the very first time I saw him throwing salt on his arm hairs, it was the nastiest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. I've seen a lot of his like TikToks, and none of them are quite that impressive. That being said, don't get me wrong, his butchery skills, top tier. I mean, top tier. A Flame Monkey, how's it going, my dude? Welcome. You're just in time for the final reaction video of the night, my dude. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Salt Bae, his butcher skills, top tier, absolutely legend. But actual food-wise, like it's not special at all, or in any kind of way like luxury or anything. I'll be completely honest with you.
On Instagram in over 6 years.
Monkey.
Things have gone from bad to worse for Salt Bae, which is best observed by looking at each controversy up until this unfavorable point. His first time in hot water came just months after Salt Bae first went viral, occurring when fans scrolled back through his Instagram to find this photo commemorating the life of Fidel Castro in the days after his death. At around the same time, Salt Bae recently opened a steakhouse in Miami, a city to which approximately 500,000 Cubans had fled to as a result of Castro's leadership. Some people just don't think. To post pics like this and then open a restaurant in Miami. Really? I just called and cancelled 2 reservations and told them how I feel about their salt guy and his post. Picture posted a few days after Castro's death. Nice thought, WTF. He should open in Cuba and sprinkle his salt over there. The comments on the post itself echoed a similar sentiment, leading Salt
Go to Cuba and sprinkle salt there. Go, do it.
Bae to remove the picture. However, he'd find himself in a similar controversy less than a year later. In September 2018, Salt Bae came under scrutiny once again for providing a feast to the Venezuelan president.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's using some pretty like nice cuts, like you know, freaking rack of lamb. You know, like he's got really good cuts, like tomahawk steaks. Like he's got good cuts. But it's like not like any more special than anything else you can get anywhere else.
President, who governs a country in which 64% of people have reported losing significant amounts of weight, 11 kilos or 24 pounds on average, amid worsening food shortages. As a Venezuelan,
bro, y'all ever have one of those moments where you like feel ashamed of just existing? I'm over here trying to lose weight. These dudes over here starving. Like I'm good gravy.
It angers me.
I need to put the fork down. I really do.
My president feasting on a meal while me and my
having a moment of clarity here.
I cannot believe this video. This guy eating tomahawk steaks or whatever that is, and the people from his country dying of hunger. Food tastes so much better when you know the folks back home are starving. After the Venezuelan president then explained that Salt Bae had personally invited him to the restaurant, protests broke out in front of Salt Bae's Miami restaurant, with one sign reading, "Did you know, Salt Bae, that in the time it took you to wine and dine dictator Maduro with your bloody meat, at least one Venezuelan child died of extreme malnutrition." However, this might not have even been Salt Bae's biggest contribution.
You know what the actual genuinely sad part is? that's probably a very true statement. That's actually like quite literally true, not even metaphorically. It is quite sad.
Controversy for the month. Only 8 days after these protests, a new article was posted reading, 4 tourists are set on fire at Instagram star Salt Bae's Istanbul restaurant, which had happened as a result of a fire show gone wrong. One of the tourists who'd been set on fire was a Czechoslovakian YouTuber and model named Tina Stresnikova, who suffered burns to more than 35% of her body and can be seen with slight but visible burn scars on her Instagram even till this day. Her 23
I'm sorry if this is offensive, but the scars look dope at the very least.
3-minute video on the topic, translating to "the moment that changed my life," is unfortunately.
I genuinely hope you can get over it. I'm sure this caused a lot of like trauma and stuff. I can only imagine, dude. Like, I don't want to get too into it, but like, I can understand how certain things can traumatize you for life, dude. For life. So I hope only the best.
Spoken in Czechoslovakian without subtitles.
I've known quite a few burn victims in my life. It's
However,
pretty
an article posted a year after the incident stated that Tinus had received no compensation for the mistake and that the restaurant had instead destroyed all evidence related to the incident. Salt Bae did eventually pay out $230,000 in compensation, although not to Tinus for permanently altering her appearance, but rather to 4 mistreated employees in Salt Bae's next big controversy.
Wait, so did the burn victim ever get any compensation?
Attention, we are being followed.
Like, do you have
the welcoming drones?
Darth Nomad, my dude, thank you so much for the follow, Brosif. Dude, like, do you have any idea, like, how freaking, what sports do you like? I'll be completely honest with you, I'm not a sports dude, I'm a freaking nerd. But I am getting into basketball, like, slowly. Because I'm tired of going to all the family gatherings and everyone talking about sports, and I'm just sort of sitting there like, yeah, my dude, yeah, sports ball, wins, score points. You know what I mean? I do watch, like, that being said, like, my whole life I've watched, played, and gone to soccer events. Like, I've actually been, like, a couple of, I want to say about 4 times. I've met the coach of Chivas USA and the wife of the coach, because she used to, like, be in charge of me back when I used to play youth soccer. They had us, like, we were the little dudes who would, like, run after the ball whenever the ball would fly out of the fields. So I would, like, run to go get the ball and, like, toss it to the players. It was freaking dope. I got to meet a lot of the Chivas USA players, which I know is probably not your favorite best soccer team. Football, you know, it was awesome to me. Shut your mouth. Alright, I got to be, like, watch the soccer game from the freaking, like, actual place where all the VIPs and, like, the family members of the players are at, you know? It's freaking sick. But yeah.
The 4 employees claim that Salt Bae was taking 3% from their total tips, which was followed by Salt Bae.
So probably soccer first, basketball second, because I'm starting to get into it. I'm starting to become a Lakers fan, I'll be honest. And now cue all the freaking judgments and all the people telling me that they're bad or something. Look, I'm not into the sport well enough yet to argue with you, so please, have mercy.
The 4 employees, after being confronted,
I'm about to watch, like, some basketball podcasts to get on my game, you know?
Explaining that their former boss had an authoritarian, dictatorial attitude who doesn't care
because now I put it out there. Now it's on the internet. This video is gonna get uploaded.
And humiliated them on occasions in the lawsuit. Yet Salt Bae responded by stating, "I don't get a share of the employees' tips. I've never done that in any of my restaurants. I was not satisfied with the performance of the 4 employees. They didn't match my understanding of work. They weren't as good as I wanted, so I terminated their contract right away." Yet these 4 employees weren't the only ones claiming that they'd been mistreated while working for Salt Bae. A former employee at the Nusret restaurant in London described it as gold from the outside but shit from the inside, whilst another compared the working environment to the
Isn't that like most companies nowadays, though? It's all nice and shiny and pretty on the outside, and then you take a look inside and it's all just bile.
Hunger Games, as staff never
so nasty and squishy and meh.
Never knew if they'd be fired during a shift, with a third likening the restaurateur to a dictator. Former employee Frank Tefano stated that he was treated poorly as a result of being American, while another former manager explained his role was nothing but Instagram and fame.
I mean, I get it, but still.
He ended up getting this godlike complex, highlighting Salt Bae's next big problem.
Like, what if I'm South American? Like, am I still gonna get the same treatment? Like...
With massive artworks of his one viral moment, and
ooh, hold up, though! Is that Glass Azul? I see. What happened? What kind of dogs you have? Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Sorry if they're a little bit loud. They are energetic as all get out. I got 2 doggos. I got one's a Catalua leopard hound, I think it is, and the other is a stray dog that I found. I don't know what it is. Found it in the street. It was raining. It was a baby. It barely, like, was opening its eyes. So I don't know what it is. Hey, my dude, what kind of dog is Oreo? Wait, I got shrugs. I got shoulder shrugs. All right, he's a shoulder shrugging dog. We'll find out. I gotta take him to his first vet visit, and just sort of like go through that whole process. So I'm sure I'll ask the vet.
And every third Instagram picture being him working out shirtless, it seems Salt Bae is just a bit too full of himself, and while some degree of ego might be necessary for success, he
Deku, however, is my absolute baby. Love him.
Takes it to a whole new level. When interviewed by The Times in 2019, Salt Bae seemed convinced that every kid wanted to be him, stating, "Now everybody wants to be a butcher because of me. Now if you ask a kid, they want to be Salt Bae. They see me as an idol. I'm an
Okay, but that being said, like, most people that I know don't even know that he's a butcher. Like, they think that he's just like a restaurant, like, they think he's like Gordon Ramsay, like a chef. But like, so you actually have to look into it, and like me, like a freaking nerd, like at 4 a.m, freaking Google searching and YouTube watching stuff on freaking Salt Bay.
Inspiration to a lot of people in a very short
no
period
life
of time. Also, always taking the opportunity to brag about money. Salt Bay had posted an $8,000 bill as well as a different $47,000 bill.
Yo, how come y'all spending money in one freaking like dinner that I probably won't see in my lifetime? Like, what is this? Is that $31,000 for one night of dinner? Like, that's more than I make in a year.
Well, the picture that really kicked up a stink
That's genuinely more than I make in a year.
$167,000 bill posted to Salt Bay's Instagram with the title.
I think I'll die without seeing that much money.
The opulent bill mixed with his arrogant description prompted comments such as, "I have eaten in your restaurant, quality is questionable, and I've eaten there, the food was not good," with this sentiment being echoed by countless different people. YouTube channel Googa Foods ordered the $2,000 steak before stating this.
It was not what we expected. For two.
I freaking love Googa so much. He's so amazing. I love him and Uncle Roger for sure.
Man, I gotta
awesome
say,
dudes.
I thought it would be way bigger.
Also adding that the $275 tomahawk steak had been cooked incorrectly.
That was rare, even though we ordered medium rare. Now, there's nothing wrong with rare steak.
I will make a picture of your dogs named Oreo and Deku. Thanks, my dude. Appreciate it.
But if you...
Hey, bro, BS aside, if y'all ever make any kind of freaking, just, I don't know, freaking, look at me, I'm such an amazing YouTuber that I will demand, that I will ask for. If y'all ever have, like, art or fan art or anything like that, or just an example of your art commission that you want to get hired for in the future or something, like, y'all can send that over and I'll keep y'all in mind. But that being said, I don't have money right now for any commissions and stuff. Just letting y'all know.
If you order medium rare, you should get what you paid for.
Give me a moment, all right? I just got my day job back. Give me a
For YouTuber UA Eats, who was looking to give a purely objective review,
I also watched
was fun,
what is it? Beard meets
was
face.
No better than any
Food meets
steakhouse.
beard. Food meets beard. I watched Food Meets
Salt
Beard.
Bay's London restaurant is ranked at 15,200 out of 15,700 restaurants,
Ouch!
with its rating of 2.5 stars, making
That's
it
a
worse than
low
96.8% of all other restaurants in the city.
Number 249 of 249 steakhouses. It is out of 249 steakhouses total in London. It is the worst. That means that if you ever go to London, there are 248 steakhouses better than Salt Bay's. I'm glad to know. I'm glad to know that I can literally go to just the random little like mom and pop, like family owned steakhouse that's like super cheap. It's like a $10 steak. And it's gonna be better than Salt Bay's. I'm glad.
The steakhouse features predominantly terrible and one-star reviews, with most complaining about horrible quality, bad service, and so incredibly expensive for such a bad quality of food. This guy was upset after the restaurant charged him 44 British pounds for 4 Red Bulls. However, at least he didn't call the police after finding out the price, which is what happened over in Florida. Whilst eating at Salt Bay Steakhouse,
Why am I not surprised he said Florida though? Tell me why.
Miami, Dwayne Miranda ordered 2 standard $275 tomahawk.
Ouch! 2? And he said 2! That's 300. See, in poor people talk, like that's my language, poor people talk. In poor people talk, that's not 275. That's a $300 steak. We can sit here and argue about this $25. But that is a $300 steak. As far as I'm concerned. So he paid $600 for 2 steaks. A homemade steak and burnt to ashes is better than something. You're not wrong. You could probably cut off the burnt bits and still get a better steak than Salt Bay's.
Tomahawk steaks, yet he was instead unknowingly presented with 2 golden tomahawk steaks, being charged more than $5,000.
No, that is a mistake that I refuse. See, the second that comes out, I look at him and I say, this is too rich for my blood. You take that back. I'm sorry. What? What is that? 2,500 a steak? That is more than my paycheck. That is more than my paycheck. This is more money than I make in a month. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I would have to commit crime. If I was presented with this bill at the end of a dinner, I would have to commit a crime. I don't know how far the crime would go. I might just dine and dash, or I might have to take hostages to escape the scenario, but something's gonna happen. I'm just saying. We are firmly leaving the realm of legality.
$1 for his meal when he eventually got to the counter.
I might have to rob a bank later.
And a rack of lamb for the table.
Please, no one take this out of context in the future. But
when the bill came, we were shocked by the total. They insisted that we ordered the golden option and charged us $1,000 for each. We absolutely did not order that option. Although we did eat what was brought to the table thinking this was the normal presentation for our order, it was clear that the waiter was trying to take
if I'm paying $300 for a steak, the damn thing better be dipped in gold.
Advantage of the situation. After disputing the misunderstanding with management, they decided to involve local law enforcement rather than do the right thing.
Oh, they full on called the cops on you. Wow. Like, to be fair, like, if you really, like, I'll tell them straight up. Like, if I was in that situation, like, yo, Salt Bay, to be fair, if you want all that gold back, all you gotta do is wait about 24 hours. It'll come out the other end eventually. Like, you'll be panning for gold like the old Western days.
We paid the disputed $5,000 bill to avoid further.
Oh, thank you so much, a Flame Monkey. He gave me a picture of Deku and Oreo, my dude. That's freaking awesome.
Conflict. Yet this was still minor in comparison to what happened.
Thank you so much, my dude. I freaking love it.
In Boston. After opening up on the
I didn't even think about it like that.
2020,
I didn't figure you'd use like little emotes. That's awesome.
Began racking up health code violations. City inspectors reported that COVID-19 safety guidelines were being flouted, crowds were not social distancing, 2 fire exits were blocked, permits were not in order, the dishwasher was not running hot enough, and the refrigerators were apparently too cold, leading the government to shut the restaurant down only 1 week after opening.
Okay, the last two were probably the actual, like, genuinely things that I'm like, all right, come on. Yeah, if the fridge is too cold for certain high-end steaks, it will give it, like, I don't know how cold is too cold, you know? But me, like, mainly because me and my pops used to run a taco stand, a taco truck, and we also did like parties. Like, we would go show up at your place to like make tacos at the party, taqueria, so if the fridge is too cold, you can give like basically like meat, beef, all that. You can give it like a weird form of like frostbite effectively, which absolutely ruins the meat. So I can see why people would complain about that. I just don't know how cold it was. So too cold is kind of like, subjective there. So I don't know about that. But yeah, that, and then of course the what was it? The other thing freaking said, go back. Go back more, faster. Freaking, can I go back like 10 seconds instead? The dishwasher. Yeah, no, definitely you need to use like that's nasty. I'm sorry, that's nasty. You don't want to because I'm assuming fancy restaurants are mixing a whole lot of like seafood and like regular seafood and like I guess like they're serving surf and they're serving turf. Seafood and mammals like beef, stuff like that. You don't want to mix them. You don't want to mix chicken. You don't want to mix beef. Like, basically, if you're serving a variety of different kinds of meats, you just don't want to cross-contaminate. So, yeah, technically, you have to be pretty strict about that kind of stuff. I agree with that. The fire exits being blocked, you'll be surprised how often I've seen that at any job. That's the cost of perfection, says Darth. And then, of course, as far as the COVID thing, to be completely fair, at least here in LA, like, who was following the guidelines, right?
2 fire exits were blocked.
Like, you show me someone who was following the guidelines, and I'll show you someone who was probably running a suspicious operation.
The refrigerators were apparently too cold, leading the government to shut the restaurant
they didn't need
down
that kind of attention.
1 week after opening. In the meantime, Salt Bae posted this seemingly wholesome family photo to his Instagram, yet this would also end in another wave of criticism. Turkey chef Salt Bae meets mother after 2 years, criticized for not looking after her. It seems Salt Bae was getting loads of backlash in every situation, regardless of whether or not he deserved it. For example, when a waiter at one of
like, he just sort of left her, like, abandoned her for like 2 years, or what? I mean, that's not necessarily bad, I guess. People leave their, parents' house and stuff, but, like, he never actually took care of her? I'm sure he did, right? To some degree.
One of his restaurants accidentally dropped a steak. Salt Bae was getting roasted in the comments by people saying that he was going to
that poor guy lost his job. That was it. That was the end of it, wasn't it? That was him losing his super fancy high-paying job.
Charged them twice. People simply didn't like him, so when he'd actually do something deplorable in December 2020.
Okay, alright. Who was it that asked me about my favorite sport? I saw this live, and this pissed me off. I'm not even a sports guy. I don't watch any sports at all. But I saw this live with my rest of my family, and bro, the look of disgust on all of our faces. They don't. This right here. No, they're showing the wrong picture, cause he actually like the baby wants to touch the freaking medal, the medal that his father was freaking playing for and won and worked his ass off all season to freaking win. And this dude over here actually takes the trophy away and even goes to the freaking kid. Screw you. Who are you? You freaking prick. Give it to the kid. What did you do? His dad won it. Who are you?
22.
I'm sorry. Is your daddy in here somewhere? Is that your dad? That ain't your dad. That ain't your daddy.
Took it as a chance to completely
he just tore it out of their hands.
Argentina beat France.
Supposedly, no one even knows how he got on the stage. No one knows how he got on the field. I guess that's just the power of TikTok. It's just people were just I guess that's Salt Bae. I guess he got invited here. I don't know. That's Salt Bae. I don't know, because absolutely nobody could give an answer as to how this guy got on the field. No one could figure it out.
France in the World Cup final, Salt Bae waltzed onto the field as if he was everybody's best friend. He pestered Messi for a photo, snatched the World Cup from a baby, and put down all the winners' medals, prompting
Yeah, that was real nasty. Don't put metal in your mouth. Ew. Now this guy needs to go home with the freaking Salt Bae spit on his medal. Ugh.
Negative comment after negative comment, as well as an instant response from the media who wrote, Salt Bae was pathetically thirsty to get World Cup selfies and pissed off Argentina in the process. Only a day later, the FIFA president unfollowed Salt Bae on Instagram before launching an investigation into how Salt Bae was allowed on the field, revealing that only the World Cup winners and heads of state are allowed to touch the trophy.
Bro, heads of states. How did Salt Bae get this far? You understand what I'm saying? I backhand him there. It would be very deserving, I'll be honest. But that's my whole point. It's literally just cup winners and literal heads of state are allowed to touch the trophy. How did Salt Bae stumble onto the freaking field and get a hold of this cup and snatch it from a baby of all people?
During the closing ceremony, let alone kiss and disrespect it. The next day, Salt Bae tried to show that he and Messi were friends by posting a video of them together in his steakhouse. However, comments such as old video where Messi made a mistake visiting your restaurant showed that.
No, is that true? Messi, even I know Messi accidentally walked up on your restaurant?
Fans definitely weren't buying it. Excluding this video, Salt Bae provided no response to his World Cup behavior.
But is that true? What did Messi think he was going into Gordon Ramsay spot or something? Like, I want to know the story behind this. Hold on.
Until just 1 month ago, when he'd finally talk about the event in a tell-all interview. He stated, "It was a combination of my love of Argentina and my excitement. I love Argentina, I've lived there. I went to support them. Many of the team have come to the restaurant. I didn't feel a stranger, it was a special moment. I can't do anything about the reason I was there, but I would never ever step on the World Cup pitch again."
Come on, dude. Look, I'd understand the first part, right? Yeah, you're excited. It's you love this team. It's your team, my dude. Oh, anybody would have understood that. Freaking, if it was my freaking team, dude, I would have ran. Are you kidding me? I would have ran out there. I'm able to get up there and freaking touch the cup 100%. Go for it. No one's mad about that. No one's mad about it. Every single person watching that game would have done the same thing you did, is get on that field and go freaking with the players and be there in the selfies and the freaking, and even, you might even get to touch the World Cup. Oh, well, you touched it, you touched the butt, like from Finding Nemo. But the problem was how you did the whole thing, what you were doing when you got there. If you would have just been in the background, taking some selfies, if you would have, freaking taken a selfie with the guy with the, you could have even held the medal up in your hand and showed it off or something, like, check it out, yeah, something cool. No, you decided to freaking snatch the trophy away from a baby. Decided to, hold on to it for yourself, because apparently you freaking deserve it. And then just started putting people's trophies in your mouth. Like that's where the problem showed up. Most people would have been like I feel like 90% of people would have just been like, yeah, that was weird. Freaking Sope was in the background of that freaking. How did he get up on there? Isn't that weird? That's strange. Nobody would have cared. Nobody would have cared. People would have just thought it was the weirdest thing. I remember that time. That's cringe. End of story. No, instead you freaking do this and it pissed everybody off. Like, nobody, that's what it really came down to, is that you acted like an absolute freaking tool up there. You acted like a lunatic. Like, it was, it couldn't have been more cringe.
There were
really
2 billion
couldn't have.
people watching the
That
World
poor
Cup.
baby.
How many people are speaking about me? 5 billion, the whole world. I didn't go on the pitch with the purpose of advertising.
The ego on this
I just
man.
felt like it. Then there was a bit of a surprise. There were at least another 1,000 people on the pitch, but when they show the video, they make out it was just me. I never ever wanted to overshadow anything.
No, it was just you putting medals in your mouth. It was just you snatching trophies from babies. No, the other 1,000 people were just sort of there, and that's kind of the point.
I didn't like the attention, with the possible motive for the explanation being that things haven't been going so well for Salt Bay ever since that day. Just 2 weeks prior to giving that interview, Salt Bay had to close down his self-titled Salt Bay Burger restaurant in New York City, which had
Salt Bay
gained
Burger.
a reputation for selling $99 gold-flaked milk.
Gold burger? What's the point of having a gold burger if you're just going to put cheese all over it? Check this out. Come check you. Talking to you. Yeah. Check this out. Look at this burger. Sorry, my brother's in here. Come check this out. Look at this. Look. It's just. What's the point of putting the gold all over the freaking thing if you're just gonna melt it and cheese?
Shakes and $100.
There's at least 1,000 calories in cheese there.
On top of this, it's been reported that Salt Bay Steakhouse in Greece is now receiving a third of the bookings it used to, from 600 per day to approximately 200 per day, while his London Steakhouse, which we discussed earlier as having some of the worst reviews in the city, recently announced that they'd be reducing their prices in, quote, what appears to be a desperate bid to entice customers back through its doors. Over the last 6 months, Salt Bay
Wait, how much?
Recently announced that
they dropped the price, reduced prices?
Reducing.
So you're saying even I could afford a trip to Salt Bay now? Even I could afford a $1,000 steak? I think maybe I could afford to go sit down and have a drink of water. Maybe.
Their prices in
if I'm lucky.
What appears
maybe I'll
to
get
be
them on
a
sale.
Desperate bid to entice customers back
Early
to
bird
its doors.
special.
Over the last 6 months, Salt Bay has gained approximately 300,000 followers per month. And while this is still a bafflingly high number for someone who seemingly does very little, this is the lowest growth he's had on social media since first blowing up in January 2017.
I gotta admit, I don't like, if he genuinely just dedicated his channel to his butchery skills, like how he butchers, I think he might actually have a fan in me. but like the whole celebrity of it, the whole like showy offy of it, like none of it appeals to me. The guy, but though that being said, he has phenomenal butchery, like actual butcher skills. Like he actually has the skill set of a very good butcher, I'll admit. But the showmanship of it, like, it's just boring. There's no need for it. I don't care about him, like, throwing gold flakes and arm hair on people's steaks. You know, it's just like, whatever. We'd be lucky to even glance at the restaurant with no cost. Yo, for real. Last time I got the chance to stand in front of Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, I got to breathe the oxygen for free. That's about what I can afford, I'll be completely honest. Ayoo, be sure to join the crew. Please like, follow, and subscribe. And hey, if you like that video, you should check out this stuff.